All right, Chris, I feel like I should be telling you this. There's apparently a risk of us having upset stomachs,
Yeah.
flatulence,
Rough plane ride today.
burning or stinging in the eyes, which we should definitely not be touching our face.
Yeah.
Physical responses. I expect to have some physical responses.
Did you do this yet? You didn't even do this yet?
I didn't do this yet, and we're going to do it together. I've never done this in my entire life end to end, so this is going to be fun or awful or both.
Both. A little bit of both.
Here we go.
I have a feeling an attorney actually did mock up this document.
I sure hope so.
It is highly possible. What's the date today?
Today is the 22nd. All right, well, here we go.
This is scary. No, we're going to be okay. What's the worst that can happen?
You never talk to me ever again?
I always enjoy catching up with you. Although I got to tell you, I think this is the first time I've seen you without a hat.
Everybody keeps saying that.
Have we given up on the hats?
No, I haven't given up on the hats. I felt like I should probably just take it off for the sake of...
You look good.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You look good.
All right. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to look at these questions. We're just going to figure it out. It's good to have you. Thank you for joining us.
Nice to be here.
This is Fintech Corner. This is a special edition of Fintech Corner. We've been working together for quite some time.
How long's it been now?
Well, officially, I think it's probably 7 years.
That's
if we
insane.
go all the way back.
That's insane.
Probably more with Brett than myself, but I was there. I was in the background.
Yeah.
I was doing the programming. I was the guy. You said, "Oh yeah, APIs, they're great," and I said, "They are great."
Yeah. Let me show you how they work.
So yeah, it's been a long time. I think we met at Wells Fargo.
Sounds about right.
And you're now at Truist.
Yep.
And we're still hanging out, still having fun together.
Yeah.
And today, I thought we'd go down memory lane, talk a little bit about your background while absolutely decimating our taste buds with some hot wings.
You figured this was the best way to do that?
Well, I didn't. The crack marketing team over here felt that.
We could have done bourbon. We could have done bourbon flights.
We might not have been lucid.
All right.
Well, actually, we might not be lucid through this, so we'll see. What we have here is we have a bucket of Hattie B's, which I'm
big
had
Hattie
it
B's
last
fan.
night.
Yeah.
First time, it was great. Apparently, it's very popular here.
That's right. The original hot chicken. Yeah.
And we're gonna have our first set of sauces here. I don't know. Are you going to tell us what it is, or are we just going to... Okay, so we're going to start
with the
nice
classic
and easy.
this
We
time.
need to set a baseline.
I'd like to see the bottle. All right. This does heat level of 2 of 10.
I actually like this sauce.
This seems manageable.
Yeah. All right, let's do it.
We'll leave that there.
The strategy here is dabbing. We felt like it was probably important to put us in control of the amount of sauce.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
So
I appreciate
you
that.
know,
So it's got to be a respectable amount, but
we do the little things we do to try to make it a good user experience.
Okay.
So I think I'm just gonna
always
grab
looking
an
out for the
entire piece,
customer.
and then
That's a.
well, you're probably gonna be able to do multiple dips.
Yeah, we'll do a couple dips
yeah.
with different sauces with that one. I think that's half the chicken.
Oh, sorry about that.
Oh, thank you so much. Would you like to try some?
All right, so this one's easy, and I thought we'd start us off with a softball question for the softball first hot sauce. How did you get started in banking? How far back does this story go?
Listen, I've been in banking my entire career. Never thought that it would. Never thought about necessarily going into banking, but I started back at what was First Union 25, 26, 27 years ago, back in 1998. Actually supporting check processing on the technology side of the bank. And I thought, well, this is a gig out of college. I'll do this for a couple of years and figure out what I really want to do. And here I am 27 years later, still working in payments, still trying to get rid of checks to some degree, but having a blast.
I'll let you take your first bite because check processing back then, what is that? Is that
I know you're excited about that.
Is there still a bunch of humans in the back of the house scribbling those checks to make sure that they're real, or how did that work from a digital perspective back then?
That's really good.
Yeah, I thought it was great, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I could actually have this every day. I think I'd love this.
So listen, check processing, it is certainly more automated today than it was back then. I remember at the time you had dozens
Yeah.
upon dozens of what were called proof operators. These were folks who would do nothing but key the amounts on checks to populate the Micker line.
I knew it.
Then they would run down
Yeah.
machines called 3890s. I believe they're made by IBM, about 60 yards long, 36 different pockets the checks would run into.
Holy moly.
Made back in the 50s,
Yeah.
right? Made of steel, looked like tanks.
Yeah.
You'd have 10 or 12 of them in an individual site. It was fascinating, right?
That's so interesting.
Yeah, now you got, check imaging and whatnot with Check 21. Allowed you to automate that to some degree, but
Yeah.
they told me back in '98 the checks would be dead in 10 years. Not the case.
Will they ever die?
Not the case.
Let's take another bite here.
And what is
I've
this
got
one? Thank you very much. Little Dick's Big Flavor. You take your bite when I say that. Ghost pepper pear. You ever had this?
This one's actually delicious.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's got a little bit of a kick, but it's actually tasty. There's another one that I feel like I would enjoy just having every day.
That is really good flavor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, I think what they do with this is they kind of lull you in, make you feel like you're
No.
a lot more talented than you are.
Listen, I know the last dab is in there. I'm not looking forward to that, but I will enjoy this.
Going from checks to fast forward all the way now, you've been involved in a lot of innovation projects, I'm assuming. Thinking through all of the years and kind of all the roles you've been in, is there one that stands out as one that you're most proud of?
So listen, I love what I'm doing now. I've got the pleasure of leading our product and digital organizations over in wholesale payments with Truist. But I'm also proud of a lot of what I've been able to do throughout my career.
Yeah.
When I started, however long ago, I didn't know what treasury was. I didn't know what product management was. Like I said, I worked on the tech side of the bank.
Yeah.
I got exposure to treasury and payments more broadly with remote deposit capture.
Yeah.
Right. I'm old enough to remember when you couldn't scan a check or take a picture of a check
Right.
to deposit. You had to go into a branch. And so my technology team worked with the product team, and I thought, wow, product's a cool area. You get to still work with technology, which I do consider myself a geek at heart.
Yeah.
Could never hold a candle to you, but I do enjoy the tech side.
Yeah.
The tech side of thing. But I love working with clients, and I love working with sales. I've got a colleague of mine here runs our corporate sales team. I really enjoy that side of the business, and product sits right in between those two. Listen, the cash management business, I think had been stale for a little while,
Yeah.
right? Like almost commoditized. Some people don't like that word, but I
Right.
think commoditized to some degree. We've seen a tremendous amount of innovation from companies like Trovata, right? Others that really have an opportunity to improve the client's experience
Yeah.
materially, right? Whether it's with cash positioning, cash forecasting, faster payments, embedded banking. There's just a tremendous amount that's going on right now.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun to be able to work with companies that can help bring that sort of functionality to market faster for our clients. We might be able to do in-house.
Well, you sound so positive. I think we need to tear you down a little bit.
Were you gonna tear me down?
Let's bring in the next sauce.
This one is really good. I don't know
I'm
if I wanna
concerned
crash
by what
that
I'm
one.
looking at here.
Yeah, this looks a little thick.
This
Is this the extra chunky?
this one looks a little bit more challenging,
Yes, it does.
which is a funny segue.
Smoked onion.
That
it's a
sounds like
3
it's going to taste good, but
3 out of 5. Smoked onion habanero. Oh, Lord. Okay.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple of pieces here.
Yeah, that's a
and
good
just
idea.
Dip them. So funny segue. This one's a little bit more challenging. What would you say in your career in banking is the standout most challenging project or initiative that you were ever a part of? Checks notwithstanding.
I can't go the easy answer on checks.
So this one, I thought it might be good on first taste. Then it had a smoky aftertaste. And now it has not really that much of a burn.
Right? I was wondering if maybe I missed something.
Yeah, this actually might taste okay. You're going to have to do better than that.
No, don't dare them, please. All right, most. Sorry, I'm getting distracted with this lovely hot sauce.
Yeah.
Most challenging.
Yeah.
So I've been through a number of mergers and acquisitions in my career. That always has a sense of challenge to it. The nice thing about those sort of events, though, is that everyone is focused on a single goal.
Yeah.
And everybody comes together, kind of gets in the trenches, and able to get some things done in a relatively short period of time. I've had a number of projects that I've worked on that have been exceptionally complex,
Yeah.
but I don't know that I would characterize any as like exceptionally difficult.
Yeah.
Trying to change the culture, right? Of
It's always hard.
I think about the first time we started working together. Oftentimes there's very much a build versus buy or build versus partner.
Right.
And I always love, I got a great technology team. My former employer, I have a great technology team now. I'd love to let them build whenever they possibly can. But the reality is, oftentimes it can be faster to be able to bring solutions to market and working with a partner.
Right.
Influencing the culture, right? And starting to really win hearts and minds around that new philosophy on how we want to go to market as an option, right? Was probably one of the more challenging things that I worked through, but still not that difficult.
Sometimes you can have a challenging experience that is also fun. There's no reason that they should be mutually exclusive.
True.
Actually, for me,
Yeah.
a lot of the most challenging parts of my life were the most fun. So, yeah, I feel like I resonate with that. I think we should get a little bit more challenging at this point with the sauces. What do you think? Should we ramp it up? Should we take a leap, or should we keep going in order?
Listen, what I'm game for. Are you challenging me now?
I might be. I also know you have a hard stop, and I want to make sure that we feel. Oh, we're
good.
Okay, perfect. Well, so what do you have for us now? Los Calientes.
Oh, this is one of my favorites.
Yeah, this is a good sauce.
Yeah, I actually have this at home.
So I think I feel bad for tossing this wing, but I'm gonna reset.
You're going back in?
Get some more chicken.
See, I've still got a little bit more meat on the bone.
Shout out to Hattie B's. This is great fried chicken. I wish we had this in California.
Be fantastic, wouldn't it? You know the story with Hattie B's, right?
No, I don't actually.
Supposedly, and I somebody's going to fact check me on this. Supposedly, the hot chicken phenomenon was initiated, or the catalyst for it was someone had found out that their spouse was cheating, and so when they went to go make their fried chicken for the evening, they thought,
"Oh man,
I'm going to show this person," and they doused it up with cayenne pepper. And when the individual came home and started to eat it, they absolutely loved it.
They loved it. Okay.
And the phenomenon of hot chicken was born. All right.
Well, I have to say, Los Calientes.
Isn't that delicious?
This is probably one of my favorite sauces.
It's very good.
It's awesome.
Very good.
Chris, we have been working together for a while. I'm sure that there are reasons that you love working with me and my team. Also, probably some reasons you hate working with us that you'll probably not share on camera.
Hate's a strong word.
I was curious, what are some of the favorite moments that you've had working with fintechs? And if you're willing to share them, some of the maybe not so favorite moments.
Listen, I thoroughly enjoy having the opportunity to work with really what I see as some of the brightest minds in the financial technology space, and I'd certainly put you and the Trovata team in that camp. It challenges all of us to maybe think a little bit differently and start to realize the art of the possible. Right? I'd tried tackling cash position and forecasting for quite some time. I think anyone with a decent budget can build it up the first time, but continuing to iterate and innovate on what that needs to be is it's a challenge, right?
Absolutely.
You know that all too well. So I love being able to work with smart folks, bring solutions to market. I also find that it helps when we've got a shared vision, shared goals, shared principles, understanding
Absolutely.
how do I define success, how might you define success. Same thing with any partner. With respect to do you call it challenges?
Challenges.
You said
maybe
hate.
bad
I'm not going to say hate.
experiences.
I've never had.
Yeah.
I really haven't had bad experiences.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, oftentimes I find that any sort of challenges that we face is largely a result of the values or the goals not being aligned the way that they should be, and typically we can resolve that. We can work through that if we find that, listen, our goals and our objectives are not aligned. I'd much rather solve for that in an early assessment, the early due diligence,
Yeah,
right?
that's
than,
right.
than getting too far down a path
When you're
where
dating.
you realize, yeah,
right?
that's right. Realize the partnership is just not gonna
Exactly.
work. Listen, banks don't move at the pace of fintech. You know that.
Yeah.
And so I think setting realistic expectations across the board and helping to manage those expectations becomes an opportunity as well.
Speaking of moving quickly, we're already, 5 deep?
Are we 5 deep?
All right.
So
Well,
now it's going to get really hard. Why do I have that feeling? Thank you.
well, that's a different color.
It's like the color of death.
That's a volcanic color.
Yeah. This one is really good though, isn't it?
It really is. I kind of just want to stick with that one.
Thank you.
All right.
Oh God. I don't know that
So
I really
this
want to look,
is,
but is that Dawson's hot sauce?
yeah. It's kind of an unassuming
Apple
bottle.
Caraway? Yeah.
Um,
It looks like a nice bottle. Something like you buy at Whole Foods, right?
it's not shouting or being angry like other sauces that
Got
are
a
in the
heat meter of
lineup.
5 out of 10.
Well, speaking of moving fast, a lot of people at this conference, including myself, have been talking about AI.
Yeah. I've heard of it.
Oh, yeah.
Little heat.
That has a little heat. It's still not bad. It might have an aftershock, though. So speaking of AI,
It's got good flavor.
do you think that there's anything that AI will make obsolete
Do I think that there's anything
in the banking space specifically? Sorry, we're not. I got the little taste. I was like,
I heard you, and as soon as you said that, I got the tingle in the back of the throat there.
I did too. I was like, wait a minute.
I thought, wow, this is nice and sweet. I will go back for more, but it's got some heat.
I think I'm going to go back for more as well.
That one's really nice.
I want to say I didn't see Chris and Brett double dipping that often,
No, is that right?
and we've been going back, so I feel like we're doing a better job.
We're doing a better job. We'll let others be the judge, but
Yeah.
that's good too.
Yeah,
I would eat that.
I like the sweetness of it. I
Yeah.
like that it has a little after kick.
Yeah. Little afterburn, but not overwhelming.
Yeah.
Right? What did you ask me about AI?
AI, do you think it's going to make any part of banking today obsolete?
I don't know about obsolete. I think it has an opportunity to maybe shift the way that folks are working today. The amount of time that banks spend on analysis type functions or even communications and content
Yeah.
type functions. I think there's quite a bit of that could benefit from AI, and we're already starting to see that with some of that with OpenAI and Copilot and other platforms. I'll tell you my personal philosophy. I think there's a number of use cases where it can benefit, but I think as a financial institution, we've got to be very, very conscious of how we use our clients' data,
Absolutely.
and just making sure that we're using it in an appropriate way and we've got the appropriate permissions. But I think there's some of the work that we've probably all done growing up through our careers, building decks, working through spreadsheets. I think there's a significant opportunity to simplify some of that.
Yeah.
Do I foresee AI taking the role of a CTO or CIO or even a product manager in the near term? I don't see it taking the place. I don't think it makes it obsolete. I think there's ways to make it more efficient.
Efficiently moving through this next lineup here.
Are
Honestly,
you keeping us moving?
it's possible, and I can still feel it in the back of my neck, so I actually like that. This is the first one that I feel like there's a little bit of a tingle
In the back of your
in the
throat?
back of my throat.
Yeah, 100%.
Like it's there. It's not uncomfortable. I actually
No.
like it.
No. But it's got some flavor.
Yeah. All right. So this is 6.
Oh, I was going to go in for more. All right, we'll table that. Thank you, ma'am.
And where are we on this one? This is jerk and Scotch Bonnet, Pepper North.
Oh, that smells like deceptively.
Take a look.
Look, family, community, integrity, peace, and love. I
Where are we at on the Scoville level for this one? Is this in the 30s yet or 40s?
Jamaican
Okay,
stuff,
so this is a
this is legit?
71,000. So it's not
Millions.
terrible, but it should have a kick.
Okay.
I'm
So
actually
let me turn the table on you. Where do you think there's opportunity for efficiency or roles becoming obsolete? And let's just say from a financial services standpoint, with respect to AI.
I have one, and you can feel free to steal it. I really believe that so much time is wasted in the process of learning about available services and how to best leverage them and make decisions around those services. Things that I think about are how often clients of ours don't even know where to begin to start connecting the dots on what they want to
I think
accomplish.
that's very true.
So I've thought a little bit about all of that is text-based, right? There's no complexity there. There's no calculations being made. There's no analytics. It's just simply connecting dots in a way that helps you meet the need that you have with the questions that you're asking. And so often you send an email, maybe it's to your, to your banker or to your vendor, and maybe you misword it, or you word it in a way where they understand it, given their ecosystem of services, and they say, oh, I know what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Let me put you in touch with this person. And it's just fundamentally wrong.
Yeah.
And you're on the wrong path.
Yeah.
And I feel like so much of that could just be,
I think that's a good one.
I think
that's a good one. Yeah. Tremendous opportunity for automation, right?
Yeah.
And just being able to better serve and understand the context and the spirit with which things are being posed.
I feel like help just generally.
That's a great point.
Underutilized part of AI because it's like everybody's focusing on this will write my contracts. Well, why can't it be something simple?
Yeah. Well, the simple stuff may not be what gets the headlines.
Right.
But I think it's the simple stuff is where you start and prove out the value.
Right.
And build from there.
And that's something that I can verify pretty quickly, right? And I gain trust in because if it tells me to go meet this person, or here's the answer to my question, and it's right, and I find out within the first meeting that it was right.
Yep.
Now all of a sudden I'm going to go back to it because why would I talk to a person, right? If it can answer my question.
That's really good.
It's good again, and I actually think number 5 was hotter, or at least it had more of an after.
I agree with you.
Kick.
I agree with you. Now, I will say I've got. I can tell the heat is coming.
Yeah, it's built up at this point.
It's built up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I assume that's the whole point of this, right?
Is that what the whole
accumulation of heat?
We're just going to keep
you
building.
Have various flavors here.
All right. What do we have coming up?
All right. So this is 7. Ninja Warrior. This is actually, I remember Chris made a face.
Oh God, this is the
one.
one. Oh yeah, I can understand why. That does not smell great. Ninja Napalm. Scorching.
Is that necessary?
Scorching. I think I'm going to start with a little dab on this one.
I think I'm going to do the same thing.
Made in Ohio. Shout out Ohio.
I don't want the questions to get too spicy, but I have a.
That's a heck of a teaser.
I have a spicy question for you.
Okay.
Which we can always cut this out, but maybe we won't. In a previous podcast, one of our guests, I positioned him with your czar of AFP today. And you have at your disposal every bank, every vendor that's here at AFP to solve one problem immediately. What is that problem? Without hesitation. I mean, there wasn't even the slightest hesitation. This person said, KYC. It's as if they are intentionally making our lives miserable. Any comment? as I take my first bite.
Let me take my first bite, then I'll give you some comments. It smells terrible, Joseph. I don't know why I went back for more.
It doesn't taste good. It is spicier than all the rest of them, but not in a way that is like alarming. Oh, wait.
Yeah, there's the heat.
It's got some.
It's got some heat.
This is a sign of what's to come.
Yeah, great. I can't wait. KYC is a challenge.
Truer words were never said.
You like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got some heat.
I'm
You
losing
go-
a little
you go back for
focus.
more?
Yeah, I want to go back for more, but I don't know if it's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like it's addictive, right? Like,
Oh yeah, I can feel the face.
yeah.
It's something is happening. So.
Was this the one that
Oh man.
the
Yeah.
face was made yesterday?
Yeah. This
Yeah.
is the one where Chris started to react negatively. I think Brett, he just must have a higher tolerance. Oh yeah.
I'll feel this one later.
This is what they came here for, though, right? This is why Flora's here all of a sudden.
Yeah. KYC.
Yeah. On to the spicy topic of KYC.
KYC. It's a challenge. Is it the biggest challenge? I don't know that I'd argue. I'm not going to argue maybe for or against that. I think the challenge is KYC is only going to continue to get more and more challenging.
Yeah.
There is an opportunity for consistency across the industry. I think there have been groups of financial institutions that have tried to tackle these things in the past. We haven't seen the success that I think there's an opportunity to.
Yeah.
Right. But I think, if we look at this the way that we should, from a client standpoint, we should be able to work together to be able to solve for simplifying and improving that overall process.
Yeah. Ultimately, I think the answer that is the easiest one to accept for everyone is that, look, identity is hard.
Yep.
No one has solved it.
No.
Not banking, not tech, not even blockchain. No one has solved it. There's a reason no one has solved it.
It's hard.
It's hard.
Yep.
But I think the commitment is there because all of our lives would be improved if we could fix it.
Yes. Yeah, I completely agree. But I think what you're like, you hit the nail on the head. It's not necessarily a technology challenge. It's an identity challenge.
Yeah.
Right. I think technology has an opportunity to solve for it.
Yeah.
Right. Like, and there's some companies doing some very interesting things in this space. I don't know that there's a silver bullet just yet, but I think it will be solved.
All right.
I'm going back in. This is a bad idea.
He's gonna go back in. We've got number 8.
How many do we have? 2
coming
more?
on the pipeline.
Oh my God.
It's more volcanic.
Is this?
Well, this one's the bomb.
Are you serious?
This is the infamous da bomb.
The bomb evolution.
This is the one that, I've watched this show constantly.
Listen, Joseph, I don't mean to be nitpicky, but this says refrigerate after opening. I'm not sure we can actually eat this.
We signed the waivers.
Oh, we did.
We should have done our due diligence.
Okay.
Maybe we should have had a KYC process.
Oh,
You know
okay.
what? I'm going to go for it. I am going to regret this immediately.
I'm gonna see you go big dip, Joseph.
All right. Oh my God, that's a mistake. I'm gonna pour some of that out.
What'd you get to? Oh my God,
Yeah.
you got a lot.
Okay. As I'm having this bite, I'm gonna make you czar of AFP for the day. You have every vendor at your disposal.
Oh, wow.
Let's leave the banks out of it. What would you use all of that creative and technical capacity to solve right now, today? Here I go.
So before I take this bite, I think KYC is a valid item. I think solving for is it terrible? You went.
That's poison.
Should I bail? I can't bail.
No. Why?
I think if we can all come together let's talk about KYC. We talked about KYC. I think about embedded banking or ERP banking as another opportunity.
I'm really trying to focus.
Can you focus?
Yeah, I'm here. Embedded banking.
Joseph, are you here?
Following you.
Joseph, can you hear me?
I can't hear you.
Okay. Oh God.
It just tastes so awful.
Oh God, awful.
Okay, this is the
Thanks.
Trovata dab brought to you by Trovata.
That is disgusting. I mean, it's not even good.
I wish
The rest of these have all had some degree of flavor.
I'm not going to do a second dab.
No,
on that one.
that's terrible. Whew. Oh God.
All right, I think I'm going to have to get some water.
I got a flight later today, Joseph.
This was a mistake, Chris. Whoever on your PR team said, let's do this, they should have a word with Rita. Maybe I'm just weak.
You're not weak, Joseph. We got 2 more to go.
We've got 2 more to go. And you're still the czar. You're still trying to do embedded banking. I think.
What are we talking about? Yeah, okay. Thank you. So we said we're in charge. We're going to solve for KYC
Yeah.
first and foremost because that's a problem that impacts everybody. I think the other item that does impact everybody is how commercial and corporate clients work with their financial institutions.
Right.
Historically, it's been, setting up file transmissions that take forever. Doing copying and pasting, sort of swivel chairs, what I call it, with multiple monitors, multiple applications with digital apps. Being able to meet clients where they are within their respective platforms, and whether that's ERP, accounting system, TMS, whatever the case might be, I think there's a real opportunity there.
I love that. And my follow-up is going to be about this, but I think Rita's going to meet us where we are with number 9.
Are you asking for more? God.
Okay.
I can't feel my tongue. That is terrible.
Chris, I've never been staggered by a food item.
Yeah, are you staggered right now?
I'm staggered.
Jesus. I will never eat the bomb again, I can assure you. Arbol scorpion, though, this sounds fantastic.
Another characterization that I'm not fond of when thinking of food items.
Well, here you go. Use with caution, extremely spicy. This has 5 flames, and it says hellfire.
Okay.
I think that means generally warm.
Where are we at in Scoville count at this point? Okay,
820,000 on this one? Oh, here's an interesting factoid. Number 1 ingredient is water. You know what the next one is?
Habanero?
Pomegranate juice.
Okay. At least it's healthy.
And then red wine vinegar. This can't be that bad.
So
You go first.
I'm going to dab it. This one is not going to be... I think my mistake was oh, God. I'm going to let that drip a little bit. Do you want a pinch hitter? I think maybe you should come over.
Come on, Tim.
So, embedded banking.
Yeah.
I actually heard an interesting commentary in 2 podcasts ago from Matt Richardson.
Did you say Tupac?
2 pods ago.
2 pods.
2 pods.
Okay.
Yeah. He was saying marketplaces are interesting
Mm-hmm.
from an embedded banking perspective.
Uh-huh.
Where do you stand on just kind of creating ecosystems, if you will, platforms that allow for vendors like Trovata and others to play a role in the wider banking experience?
See, I'm strategically waiting for you to take that bite to see how bad it is.
All right, I'm just going to do it.
Do it. Marketplaces and platforms, I'm a fan. I think the challenge or the opportunity is we've got to make sure that the rules are consistent. Is it terrible?
It tastes better.
The rules are consistent across the board, and that the economics make sense.
Right.
Right? There's this idea, this fallacy out there that you can put interchange percentage points on every payment type.
Right.
That's not the case. Right? So
We all have to win somehow.
there's got to be a balance, right?
You know who's not winning? Me. I take that back. Doing this together with you is a win. We're never going to forget this.
You're
Again,
far too kind.
will you ever hang
That
out
is
with
actually
me again?
no. Listen, this is fun. But this is the bomb. Da bomb was far
That was something.
worse.
Yeah. If this is all that's left,
This
I
is
can
not
do
that
this.
bad. This is not that bad.
The problem is the bomb is still there.
It's lingering. It's lingering. Yeah.
All right,
Oh, you
so this
dumped
is-
it? I'm going one more.
This is we've got number 10 coming.
Oh, we're done? Do we
got
survive?
One more. This is the last dab experience.
Oh, God, that went down the wrong way.
Oh my God.
How many Scoville?
2 million? Okay.
2 million. 2 million.
2 million.
693,000.
Wow.
This is stupid. It's over 91% Pepper X, which I think is supposed to mean something to...
So it's a custom, not existing in nature pepper
Oh, excellent.
that they just made to hurt us.
Here's the ingredients, Joseph. You ready? Pepper X distilled vinegar,
Okay.
Pepper X pepper powder, and Pepper X pepper distillate.
So it's just
gonna
Pepper X.
It's Pepper X. It's going to be delicious.
Chris, this has been amazing.
Hold on. I got to get ready with you. We got to do this.
We're going to do it together.
Yeah.
And I'm not, just so our Chris sees, I'm not copping out. This is a full, wholehearted dip. If this is going to do some...
Are you grading dips over there? Yeah. Is that sufficient? All right.
I just want to thank you, Chris, for doing this. It's hot.
I can taste that Pepper X.
So I think I made a mistake just now. What I did was, when I bit it, I didn't really chew it. I just said, down the hatch. And it is absolutely
That's going to work out well for you later.
volcanically
Yeah.
just scorching
Right down the
my
esophagus.
entire esophagus
Yeah.
right now.
No.
That is an effect.
Oh my
Again,
gosh.
staggering.
Oh. I still say, I mean, listen, this is rough. All right, I'm not talking smack. I was going to talk smack. I'm not talking smack.
It's not as staggering as the fact that we made it to the end.
Come on, right?
I
I'll
was
tell you-
not going to let Brett have the final say on spice.
Did Brett make it?
He made it. And I'm proud of
Did
him.
Chris make it?
Chris made it. I always knew Chris would do it, though. I just had a feeling. He has that build. But I know we got to get you out of here. I just want to thank you so much for doing this with me. And I look forward to many more years of working together.
Thanks for having me. This is a lot of
And,
fun. Oh
have
my
fun
God.
having your next meeting, because I don't know how you're going to get through that. Before we go, we've got this camera right here, this camera right here, that camera right there. We'd love to
You're doing
help
your
you
best Sean Evans?
share any of your good news with our audience on Fintech Corner. The camera is yours. Wow.
Can you repeat that again? No, I'm just kidding. Listen, folks, thanks for the opportunity to participate in this with Joseph and I. I'm actually pretty impressed. We got through it. I don't have anything to celebrate or evangelize at this point in time, but thanks for having
You
me.
don't have a book coming out?
No book.
All right.
No book. Yeah,
Maybe we can figure that out.
we'll figure that out together.
All right. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, brother.
Appreciate your time.